Yo, what's going on, man? Today is May the 5th, 2024. It's your boy Chris. Excuse me. It's the ChrisBeCappinn NBA Show. We're live on Twitter, also live on YouTube as well. We have just two games on the board for today, so we are going to jump right into them, man. I appreciate everybody for tuning in as always. Everybody that's in the comment section already, locked and loaded, ready to go, man. Let's get to it. So, let's see. Let's go through the comments real quick. I got an announcement I want to make real quick, and then we'll jump into the games. Brian B says, "Yo, my bro, Chris, love your predictions on Mavs first quarter. The money line, I took it in one, but the first quarter was a close call. And for the Miami Heat, I took the over 198. I hit, but you said under. So yeah, yeah, I wasn't on the total in that game. I didn't play that game at all, but I don't know. I kind of after talking about it, I did kind of like the over a little bit more. And when I did the show with Kyle and Ski yesterday, we had a consensus on the over when they kind of, that's why I like doing the show with other people as well, because it just brings different insight. But Miami was going to regress a little bit. I figured they would shoot the ball a little bit better, and they just really couldn't stop Boston. Boston went over by themselves. So definitely. What up, Derek? He says, "What up, though?" Chris in the chat. Morning, Chris and everyone. Hope we all have a great day. Love this comment as well. Justin, my guy, pulling up as always. Chill says, "Yo, bro, you should team up with Kyle on the Sauce Network. You guys work great together." Appreciate that, Chill. Potentially, me and Kyle may look into doing something like that. Timothy says, "Chris is rocking a Jamal Murray jersey today. One time for the one time." Absolutely not, Timothy. I'm not ever rocking a Jamal Murray jersey. Not how he do my Lakers in the playoffs, but I am a big Jamal Murray fan, though. I do like his game. I'm not a hater at all. I like Jamal Murray. I think he's still underrated just because Denver plays in such a smaller market, but never rocking a Jamal Murray jersey. Unless it's free. I'm not paying for that guy jersey. Reggie, what's going on? Good morning to you. J Props says, "Feels like all unders hit on the Mavs game. Insane. They scored 93 points. Yeah, for sure." And top of the morning to Eric as well. So real quick, man, before we get into the show, I told you guys yesterday, and I made sure I wrote it down so I didn't forget today. I do want to start today's show with, hold on, where did I write it down there? Get to my notes real quick. All right, cool. I want to start today's show with a giveaway. So to be entered in the giveaway, first of all, it's going to be for the members only. Shout out to the members. Shout out to the people that's been rocking with me since day one, that's showing up for the show all the time, that, paid a couple dollars a month for the subscription. And it's for either membership subscription, right? You could be a ChrisBeCappinn supporter or a ChrisBeCappinn Community member as well, and you'll be entered. So all you have to do is pick the winner of the games tonight and the predicted score of both games. Leave it in the comment section. The winner, or the person that's actually closest, if no one is correct, I'll reach out, figure out whatever your t-shirt size is, and I'll send you a free ChrisBeCappinn t-shirt. I have black with the logo, the ChrisBeCappinn logo shirts. On the back has the hashtag ChrisBeCappinn Community. And I got a couple blacks, and also got the white. The white don't have the logo, the ChrisBeCappinn Community hashtag on the back, but it does have some of the just the logo on the front. So these are the ones that I actually wear, but I still got a stash. I got a little stash spot, man. So if you guys are interested, like I said, members only. Send me correct, teams that's gonna win, and teams that's gonna win, and the projected score for the game. Only one guess per game, of course, and then your first guess is your only guess as well. So you can't change your opinion later in the day. So I'll go back and look at all the live comments. If you're watching this later, you can definitely still, just leave, whatever team you think go win. You can still be entered as well. So team that's gonna win and the projected score. I think I got all sizes from small to maybe a 2X. So just let me know, man. Let me know. I'll bring it back up at the end of the show as well. But let's jump into the show for today. We are coming off a nice little 2-0 day, so we started May off right. Still down for the playoffs altogether, of course, but we're trending in the right direction at least. Mavs first half, let's just say Mavs first quarter. I wrote first half by accident. First quarter was a winner. They barely won. I think it was 23-22. And then we took them on the money line as well, minus the 142. 0.75 units on one and a 1 unit on the other brings us to 0.134 units on the day. And it's a nice 2-0 day, man. I definitely needed that. So let's jump into it for today. We got 2 games. First one up, we got the Knicks and the Knickerbockers and the 76ers, with the Sixers laying 3 points as a short home favorite here. Total down to 198.5. This total actually opened at 202.5. So it's come down 4 points already, and the spread actually opened at 2.5 in favor of Philly, and it's up a half a point as well. So I'll be honest with you guys. A lot of people probably don't want to hear this. I have no idea what's going to happen in this game. None. I have no idea what's going to happen in this game, man. So let's talk about it. So first, on the one side, we got Mitchell Robinson still listed as questionable. If I had to go out on a limb, I would say that he's going to play in today's game. He was pretty effective against Joel Embiid. Held Joel Embiid to way under his points total in that last game. And you can blame. I wouldn't say blame. You can credit, I guess I should say, Tyrese Maxey for that win. Although Joel Embiid did play, what did he play? 48 minutes, and he had a triple double, but he finished with just 19 points on 7 for 19 shooting. And real quick, let me just pull the graphic up. And Tyrese Maxey, it was a Tyrese Maxey game. Dude had 17 points in the fourth quarter on 6 for 7 shooting. He hit all 4 of his 3-pointers. And you also got to credit Tobias Harris. I talked about him playing like an absolute bum. He had 10 points or less in every single game throughout the first 4 games. And then in game 5, he steps up. He goes 7 for 11 from the field, 19 points, and pulled down 8 big rebounds, 2 offensive rebounds, because we know the Knicks have really been beating up the Philadelphia 76ers on the glass throughout the entirety of the season. And you see the Knicks have some this year, the 76ers, even on the road, have some fight, man. They really, really had some fight. They actually won the offensive rebounding battle 12-6. Only gave up 6 offensive rebounds with their backs against the wall at Madison Square Garden after complete no-showing in the fourth quarter of game number 4. So I like I said, I have no idea what's gonna happen in this game, man. I would be lying if I told you guys I felt super confident picking one of these teams. So if you guys are looking at the screen, right, what you guys see, what I pulled up here is just this is the Knicks specifically, but I mean, you just flip all the numbers and you see you get Philly as well. This is the playoff series so far. So you see game 1, the Knicks were laying 4.5 points as a home favorite. We were correct on that game, missed on the under, but won on the Knicks. That was the major rest advantage, 5 days to 2. The Knicks come back, they win game 2. They stole that one. That was the game that Tyrese Maxey got hit. They didn't call the fouls. The Knicks end up stealing that game 104-101. They win but don't cover. Then they go to Philly. They get smoked 125-114, the outlier game of the series. That was the game Joel Embiid went off for 50 points and hit 4. I think he hit 4 threes in that game. And then you see the Knicks come back, off that big loss, and they go in and handle business against the Philadelphia 76ers. That was the game that Jalen Brunson actually went off. I don't know if he had 50, but I know it was close. I think he might have finished with 47, and they win 97-92. Then, with their backs against the wall, the Philadelphia 76ers come into MSG down 6 in the last minute of the game, and Tyrese Maxey himself pretty much forces overtime after Josh Hart misses a free throw to make it a 2-possession game. Then they don't foul, and Tyrese Maxey hits a 35-footer to send the game into overtime, and the 76ers actually pull off the crazy win in game number 5. So I think it's more of a live betting game, man. I'm not gonna sit here and I already sit here long enough and talked about it, but you see how close these games have been when you look at the final. So if you look right here, you can see the final scores of these games. Hold on real quick. Let's see. So 106-106 is the final. So let's talk a little bit about the total real quick, and then I'll go to the chat real quick and we'll move on to the next game. So the total in this one is it opened at 202.5, and it's down to 198.5. As much as I think this is an under type game, I also kind of feel like the total has dropped a tad bit too much. So we got to keep in mind that both of these teams are coming off an overtime game. I mean, they played big minutes. I don't think Josh Hart came out in Game 5. I think he played all 53 minutes. He did. Jalen Brunson played 51 minutes. OG Anunoby played 50 minutes in that game. And, for Philly, it was pretty much the same thing. Tyrese Maxey played 52 minutes. He only had 3 minutes of a rest break. Joel Embiid, 48. Tobias Harris, 49. Batum played 33 off the bench. And Kelly Oubre even played 39. So, it's a really, really difficult game. As far as the total goes, I do, and we got to keep in mind that this game finished 112-106 in game number 4. However, in game number 5. However, this game was going to go under. If you had the full game under, you got the short end of the stick, because I think it was 24 points scored in overtime. It was 15-9. The Sixers won the overtime period to win the game by 6. So the game ended up going over the total, but this line actually opened lower, and the money's come in on the total to continue to go under. I really wanted to get there with the Philadelphia 76ers team total to go over, but I couldn't quite get there. I look at the number, it's like 96.5, and it's juice. It's like minus 120 on Caesars, 97.5 everywhere else. But you just kind of look through. Look, if you guys look over here, and I know that the Knicks defense has been good, but I know the 76ers defense has been good, but the Knicks have scored 96 points in every one of these games. And let's see. Even with let's see, so that would have been 97. So they scored 97 points in regulation before the overtime in game number 5. So they've hit their team total. That's really the only way I could look. The only way I could look is, team total to go over for the New York Knicks, just kind of thinking that they bounce back. But like I said, this series has been all over the place, man. So I'm not gonna talk too much more about it. That's what I was thinking about the total, though. Let's see what you guys are thinking about this one before we move on to another game. What up, Brian? He says, good morning. Let's find it today. Right there with you. 77 Figure says, good morning, fellas. Man, oh man, Paul George needs to stay off doing his podcast while in the playoffs. Unprofessional. Justin says, damn, I need a white tee. I may have some white in the 2Xs, Justin. He says, I'm 230, man. What I'm gonna do with that? I'm gonna get some more made, Justin. I'll get some more made. I can also send you a cap. If you get it right, I'll send you a ChrisBeCappinn cap as well. I can send you a logo cap if you get it right, just because I don't got your size. James says, great reads yesterday. Let's keep it going. What up, Tasha? Appreciate you for tapping in. What else y'all saying here? Jeremy says, Embiid had 9 turnovers. Yeah, he almost had a quadruple double. I did see that as well. What else y'all saying in the chat? Ball 509 says over on points. Not sure who he's talking about. Maybe just the full game over. Tasha says nothing guaranteed. We all taking chances, and Cavs did win. Justin says he got the Knicks series, but not betting anything in this game. Couldn't talk you off. Could not talk you off at all. And Justin also, hold on. So Justin says if Knicks lose the series, I swear. Tasha says Philly, New York first half under 103. Couldn't talk you off there, Tasha. I know that game 5 did go under as well. And my guy RC had a lot of trends to support that under as well. So I could not talk you off there. Oh man, Justin says, man, I'm gonna have to send you some bread then if you win, Justin. I'll pay for your lunch, man. I'll send you $50. If you get, I'll send you the value of the shirt, which I was charging. What was I charging? $30 shirt. I'll send you $30, Justin, if you predict the score right. And if you're closest to the score prediction in the team. So just leave it down low. Patrick says New York team total over 99 is the move here. I actually saw it a lot lower than that, Patrick. I saw it at 97.5. And Bitsy says he likes Batum over his 4.5 rebounds. What up to my guy Fred? He says OG over 19.5 points, rebounds, and assists. So with Mitchell Robinson being back in the lineup, Fred, I think this could be a look. I think with him having to guard Embiid for the couple games that Mitchell Robinson was missing, could have slightly took away from his offensive production. And I wouldn't hesitate to play any Knicks player that you like to go over, because we know one thing we do know is Tibbs is going to run those guys. They're going to play 50 minutes if they need to again tonight. OG played 50 minutes in that last game, and I know he cashed the over 19 and a half pretty easily. He had 23 points plus rebounds. So I couldn't talk you off here, Fred. Could not talk you off. I think Mitchell Robinson, with him coming back and kind of, taking some of that defensive pressure off OG Anunoby to guard Embiid, cuts down on the fouls. And he could be more of a floor spacer. You just need him to make some shots, and he did hit 2 of his 5 threes in that last game. Let's see. Stephen says he had the Mavs against the spread, the money line, the first half, and the double result last night. Nice little sweep there. Could have overexposed yourself, Stephen, but I like it. I had the first quarter in full game. Brian says 76ers first quarter, New York Knicks second quarter. Been the script going back to it today. Yeah, Sixers have come out really, really strong, and then gotten smoked, and you can see that. You can see it right here. It's reflective in the numbers over here. If you guys are looking, first quarter, Philly is actually a +6. If you look at this right here, +6.6 actually, and then the second quarter, the Knicks are +10 in the second quarter. It's all right here in the data, 31-21. So couldn't talk you off of that, Brian. Jose says, I think the Knicks win tonight. David says Pacers 118-106. We're going to talk about that in a second. And Fred says confirmed. So team total under. Not really looking at the team total to go under either. So real quick, if you joined late, I want to share this one more time for the members. So members only. I needed to do like some kind of appreciation or giveaway for you guys. Been meaning to do this for a while now. So we do have a little contest that we're gonna run. We're actually gonna run. I'm gonna run this today, tomorrow. I'm gonna run it for a while. We'll run it for maybe a week or so, maybe even longer. Maybe we'll run it the whole rest of the playoffs. I got plenty of merch. So members only. What I need you to do is pick the winner and the score of both games. The person that is correct with the team that wins the game, they pick the right side, and they're the closest on the total, or they get the total correct. I will be sending them a free ChrisBeCappinn t-shirt. So to enter, all you got to do is leave your guess. If you think the Knicks gonna win the game tonight, 100-97, then that's what you drop. And if you're right, you'll be the person that of course, wins the merch. Only rules: one guess per per game, and then your first guess is your only guess. So you can't go back and change your mind. So whatever you decide to, to whatever you think is going to be a winner, just leave it in the comment section, and I'll reach out to the winners and get their shirts mailed out to them before the end of the week. All right, so there we go with that. Next game up, let's keep it pushing. We got the Pacers and the Bucks, and I feel a little bit more strongly on this game. So of course, Pacers end up losing game number 5 in Milwaukee. They open as 9-point favorites in this spot, and the number is down to 8. The total is opened at 215.5, and it's down to 212.5 in some books, 213 at other books. So I see 212, I see 212.5, and I see a 213. So really just depending on, always shop around, make sure you're getting the best of the number there. Let's jump into this one, man. This is the game that I feel a little bit more confident on here. So injury-wise, we'll start there first. Damian Lillard and Giannis are both still listed as doubtful. I don't think that they're going to play. Giannis actually hasn't played basketball since the 9th of April, so it's been 3 full weeks for him. I think if he does come back at this point, he won't be 100%. I think it'll probably end up hurting the team as well with being his first game back. And Damian Lillard, I actually don't expect either one of these guys to play. On the opposite side, you do got Tyrese Halliburton for the Indiana Pacers listed as questionable as well. I think he absolutely plays. If you're the Pacers, you absolutely do not want to get on a plane and fly back to Milwaukee for game number 7 here. You got to find a way to win this game if you're Indiana to avoid, going back to Milwaukee. So, real quick before I get into what you guys see on the screen, I want to talk about some outliers from game 5. Of course, the Milwaukee Bucks were able to take care of business. They were 4-point dogs in that game. And they closed as 5-point dogs in that game, and total was at 217.5. It's come down. It did open at it's come down. It was at 217.5, and it's down, of course, now. So outliers from game 5 though. So first of all, Bobby Portis came back. He was magnificent for his team. He scored 29 points, which was a career playoff high. And you kind of expected that, especially with him getting thrown out in game 4, for the back and forth that he had with Andrew Nembhard. Also, Patrick Beverley had 13 points and 12 assists. Malik Beasley had 18 points on 4 for 6 shooting. Now, remember anything about the Indiana Pacers, they've been one of the best 3-point shooting defenses in the league. So for them to give up, 4 for 6 shooting to Malik Beasley, I consider that an outlier. And we got to look at Siakam. So now let's go to the Indiana side. Siakam is averaging 14 points over the last 3 games in this series. In the first 2 games, if you guys remember, he was killing. Averaged 36.5 points in the first 2 games. So you can say the Bucks have found something, figured something out to kind of slow him down. You can say the Pacers and Rick Carlisle are going to make adjustments to that and, figure out more ways for him to be successful, moving forward. Also, another big outlier, the Pacers. This team scored 92 points. It was the second time the entire season that they've been held under 100 points this season. In the 2 games after, they've actually been held under 95 points. In the 2 games that they were held under 95 points this season, in the following game, they're 2-0 straight up, 2-0 against the spread, with a 19-point win against my Los Angeles Lakers and a 17-point win against the Bucks in game number 2 after they laid that egg in game number 1. So I wanted to mention that because I think that, is a good place to start here. Also, I wanted to talk about this quick quote from Tyrese Halliburton here. So, of course, they were thoroughly outplayed, right? If you guys got a chance to watch it, you saw it. It was really, the second quarter and the third quarter where they just shot the ball so bad. Before we get into the quote, so second quarter and third quarter combined saw Indy shoot 2 for 13 from the 3-point line. They scored just 36 points in the second quarter and the third quarter of game number 5. And they gave up 64 points. So they got smoked in that trajectory, specifically second quarter, third quarter, ended up losing. They were a minus 28 during that time. And the game was pretty much over after that. So quote from Tyrese Halliburton, he says, we've got to understand that they're a team on the brink of their season being done. They played desperate. They played hard, as they should be. At the end of the day, they outcompeted us in game 5. They outplayed us. They played better. They kind of just dominated us in every facet of the game. We've got to be better. It starts with me in that first group, but we've just got to be better top to bottom. The Pacers, when they lose games, they've done really, really well afterwards. So real quick, I want to go to this graphic before, and we'll go back to the next one. So this right here is really just the Pacers, and I probably should have centered this. I didn't. The Pacers, after a loss is a favorite, and then they're a home favorite. You guys can see here, 6-0 straight up, 6-0 against the spread. This was the regular season, of course, so take it with a grain of salt if you like. But they were a plus 21. You guys can see down here the point differential, 127.8. Now, do I think they score 130 points tonight? I don't think so. 127.8 to 106.7. They won every game and covered every spread after they lost it as a favorite, and then they were a home favorite in the next game. So going back here real quick, and I got a lot of situational stuff I wanted to talk about in this game, but I already went through the outliers. Indy, they finished 13-4-1 against the spread, 76.5% when they were coming off a loss as a favorite. And as I said, you guys already saw it, a perfect 6-0 against the spread when they were home favorite in the next game. I looked at the Bucks, who finished the regular season 0-3 straight up, 1-2 against the spread after they were coming off a previous win as a dog, and then they were road dogs in the next game. So that doesn't bode well for Milwaukee here. Milwaukee also finished this 3-9 against the spread in their 12 games as a road dog, whereas the Indiana Pacers finished 15-4-1 against the spread in their 20 wins as a home favorite. So when the Pacers won and they were a home favorite and they won, they did cover 78.9% of those games. And the point of all this is just that, based on the regular season numbers, if Indy wins, they typically cover. So let's get into what I do have here on the graphic, and I'll tell you guys the play that I wanted to make. So top left corner up here, you guys can see, let's see if this is highlighted. So top left corner, maybe not. All right, you guys can see. So top left corner up here, this is the Bucks as home dogs this season. This was the reason why I didn't play the Pacers in game number 5, because the Bucks at the time were 4-1 straight up and against the spread as home dogs. You see, the only loss that they had was actually to the Timberwolves, and that was way back on February the 8th. Since then, in a lot of these games Giannis didn't play in, they've won 5 straight games, and their defense really shows up. They're allowing just 108.2 points per game, scoring 116 points per game, and they beat the Pacers in this spot in both games as home dogs. In game number 1, they of course they didn't win game 2, but they took care of business in game number 5. So here you guys can see the Bucks play really, really well as home dogs. A +8 in point differential, 5-1 straight up and against the spread. Now come down here to the bottom. Follow me down here to the bottom right. This is Milwaukee as home dogs. This is Milwaukee as road dogs. 1-12 straight up, 4-9 against the spread, 4-9, 9-4 to the under as well, losing by an average of 15 points. This is playoffs and regular season, and you can see the win losses. You might have to zoom in depending on how big the screen is you're using, but you can see the wins and losses, even the ATS stuff down here at the bottom. The Bucks defense regresses a lot. 120.9 points per game on the road as a dog, whereas at home they're only giving up 108. So I mean, that's what, 12-point difference there. And the Pacers, if they're going to do anything at home specifically, they're going to score the basketball, right? I looked at this as well. In 13 games as road dogs this season, Milwaukee has allowed an average of 121 points. You guys can see that down here at the bottom right-hand corner. 8 of their 13 opponents actually cashed their team total over, and including 7 in a row. So you guys can look at their DPA number, and you'll see that 7 in a row actually went over their team total, including the Indiana Pacers, who went over in both games, and both wins in this series as well. All 6 of their opponents actually cashed when the Bucks were road dogs in games without Giannis as well. So if you take this filter here, right, and you add no Giannis, all 6 of their opponents actually went over their team total for the Indiana Bucks defense as well. What else did I want to point out? Indy, looking at the Indy offensive side, they've actually covered their team total in 6 straight games, 8 of their last 10. They've won in the 8 of the last 10 that they've actually won as home favorites, including both games in this series. They scored 121 points and 126 points. Indy's also 3-1 to the over on their team total in games this season, with their lowest 4 totals this season. So the Pacers going to win the game. It's going to be with offense. It's not necessarily going to be with defense. They're not a great defensive team for whatever reason. Well, we know what reason, because they just don't lock in on that end. But I do think it's a Pacers spot here. The lower this total drops, the more I like it. I see it all. It's coming down now. It's getting hit from I told you guys it was 212. It's coming back up now. 213.5 is the number. I actually see a 214 on DraftKings as well. I think it's an overtype game. I think even if the Bucks win this game, and I don't think that they will, it'll be because they score, not necessarily because they limit the Pacers to under 100 points again. Also, if you're looking at the total just in general, the Pacers are 6-0 to the over in their last 6 as home favorites. And the Milwaukee Bucks are 4-1 to the over in their last 5 as road dogs. So I like the total to go over. I like the Indiana Pacers a little bit more specifically, but I like the total to go over in this game. Let me see how I like the Pacers team total is 110.5 as well. Let's see what you guys are thinking in this one real quick before we get up out of here. Been on here for 31 minutes talking about 2 games. Let's see. Let's go back to the top. Bill says Tyrese Maxey over 27.5 points here. Tone says this going to 7, so he likes Philly. If you like Philly, you can just take him on the money line right now. Number probably not going to be too big. Prolific says, good morning, Chris. I wish I was higher on the Celtics on the Celtics like last year. I guess I wish I was too. David says 104-91. So we got our first submission. He likes the Knicks to win this game by 7 points tonight. Total going about 195. Okay. So David locked in. Starting at today. Absolutely, Fred. Absolutely, bro. Just send me the correct score. You can do both games, because I'm gonna do a giveaway for both games. Send me the correct score for both games and who you think is going to win. The person that's the closest of the members, make sure you got to be a member to be entered. I'll reach out to you guys. I'll announce the winner tomorrow on tomorrow's show. And you can DM me on Twitter your address, and I'll send your shirt size. Excuse me. I'll send your shirt size to you in the mail. Someone says the Pacers suck. I disagree. Tasha says this is hard. Philly 101 to 99. So we got our second entry here. Corey says need one of those black trucker caps. I can send you one, Corey. Get it right, bro. And I can send you a trucker cap. Tasha says I like the Bucks first half team total over 52.5. Bill McDonald says Pacers team total over. So some agreement there. TJ likes 108 to 103 76ers. Okay, so another submission there. Frankie says with Tyrese Halliburton hurt, he has been going under his rebounds and assist prop. I took him under 15.5. His teammates have stepped up and passing the rock more for him. My only worry is that he went under in assists because the Pacers had trouble shooting, and I would agree. I think in game 4, when they bounced back at home, right? Didn't he have 10 assists at halftime? I think he did. I don't know. That's a scary one, but don't let me talk you off. 77 Figure says Giannis and Dame have to play. They lost a lot of respect with Embiid on one leg and seeking Jamal Murray. Tough. You got to tough it out. I don't think everybody's looking at it like that, but I can understand your point, 77 Figures. Tasha says, don't forget to take Josh Hart points over. It will cash. 77 Figures like the Bucks plus 8.5. Jamie says, play Siakam over 22.5 points, thinking there's some regression, some positive regression for him here. G. Martinez says, if Bobby Portis doesn't get ejected game 4, they wouldn't have covered that plus 10. Potentially, G. Martinez. We'll never know. We'll never, ever know. Nell. 77 Figure says Giannis and Dame got to at least try and play and beat on one leg. Oh, yeah, we read this already. Brian says he likes Milwaukee. He says first half, I like Indiana, 8 points. Too many. Can't trust Milwaukee going to try to live bet for a shorter number. Couldn't talk you off here either. Derwin says, just got in, bro. You covered the Knicks game yet? Yeah, we went over the Knicks game. I have no idea what's going to happen in that Knicks game, though, Derwin, if I'm being honest with you. That's the recap, honestly, but you can go back and listen to it. Jamie says Pacers team total over 110.5. That's where I'm looking as well. 77 Figure says Giannis running up and down the sideline. He got to give it a go. I don't think he's going to play. He potentially could, and that's why you could wait on this number, but the total is getting popped right now. It's all the way back up to 214. I even see 214.5. So I'm probably need to go ahead and lock in that Pacers team total over as soon as we get off the show. I didn't play it yet, though. Bitsy says Ben Shepherd over his 7.5 rebounds, points, and assists here. Think he has a good game. David says Pacers winning tonight. Naptown got that Caitlin Clark mojo now. Yeah. WNBA actually starts on Friday, I think. First preseason game. I'm so excited for WNBA, man. We're going to be locked in. To the members, I got like charts I want to share with, like it'll be like specific charts that I'll share with all the members, kind of helping you guys handicap the games, even if you don't like what I like. So we got some great stuff coming up for the WNBA this season, in my opinion. Patrick says, I think the Pacers cover the spread and go over their team total, plus the game total goes over. And I kind of agree with this, Patrick. I kind of think the same thing. Let's see. Jose says, no Kyle Kerms on this morning, talking his Knicks. Yeah, Kyle probably sleep, man. What up, Free Minds? TC Betts says he likes Pacers first quarter minus at 2.5. It says minus 110 on FanDuel. Long as Holly is confirmed, should be good money. They have been starting the games off pretty good, but it's really difficult for me to trust them to get any kind of stops, which is why I can't lay the points with them here. That Pacers defense is absolutely atrocious, man. And it feels like, to me, the Bucks got more dogs. I just don't think that they can win the game, not on the road here. And if you're the Pacers, you can't go back to Indiana. You can't go back to Milwaukee. You do not want to have to go and play a game in Milwaukee. You probably should have just went ahead and won game 5, put the Bucks out of their misery, and you didn't show up in that game. Now the Bucks have built some kind of momentum and thinking that you gave them a shot to win the game, and their confidence is going to be through the roof. So I think we see the best Bucks early in this game. Pacers probably pull away late, in my opinion, but don't let me talk you off. David says Siakam will get 25. Prince says Pacers team total for sure. The breakdown was money. Appreciate that, man. Hopefully it cashes. That's all that matters. I don't care how much money the breakdown was. I needed to make me money. R8 says Indy team total 116.5 plus 185. Damn, okay. David says I got Pacers 118 to 106 too, Chris. Okay. Justin says great show. Appreciate it. Going to take a deep look at the Pacers team total after the show. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I don't know what more you need to look at, Justin, but yeah, just run it back. Listen to the show over. I broke it all down. Spent a lot of time on this game, man. A lot of time on this game. Steven says I like the Pacers first quarter spread. Nate says, hey, Chris, hope you're feeling better, bro. Appreciate that, man. He says, do you have any totals for first half and game? I like the Pacers team total to go over. I actually like the Pacers and the Bucks to go over the total in this game as well. It's creeping back up, 214.5 on DraftKings. It's getting popped right now. When I started the show, it was down to 212.5. It's up 2 full points just over the last 35 minutes. G Martinez says, hell yeah, WNBA is cash. He's been following for 8 years. And appreciate this comment from 77 Figures. He says, another fire show, bro. All right, so let's get out of here. Recap real quick. I want to say, so we talked about this already. This was just the Pacers off a loss. Then they are home favorite. They are 6-0 straight up and against the spread. So top look of the day is the Pacers. Like I said, team total over 110.5. I have not played it yet. Just being transparent. The members know because I haven't sent it out. But this is what I'm liking the most. I think it was minus 105 on Caesars when I woke up this morning about 2 or 3 hours ago. So this is what I like the most today, man. I don't really like the Knicks and Philly game. I think it's probably a greater spot to bet it live. I have no idea what's going to happen, if I'm being honest with you guys. I tried to, I took the Knicks to get it done, and Tyrese Maxey happened. Just the late heroics in the games, it's a coin flip, and I can see it kind of going either way. But I do like the Pacers team total a little bit more than anything else. And then last time, I want to make sure I say this because there's a lot more people tuned in right now live. But I talked about this at the beginning of the show. I also mentioned it at the end of the first game. I want to do something for the members, man. So there is a little contest going on where for the members, for the members, if you guys can pick the winner of the game and the correct score for the game, you leave it in the comment section. I'll send the person that either wins or that's the closest a free ChrisBeCappinn t-shirt tomorrow. Well, I'll reach out to you I'll announce the winner tomorrow on the show. Reach out to you and you can send me your contact information and I'll send you a free ChrisBeCappinn t-shirt. I did this already, but I got black logo shirts. You guys have probably seen these already. Black logo shirts, and I got some white logo shirts as well. Sizes from, I think, all the way from a small all the way to a double XL. So if you guys are interested, just leave your the correct total for the game, how you think it's going to play out, and the correct score and the correct team, the person that's closest. Like I said, I'll send them a t-shirt. So best of luck to you guys, man. I appreciate everybody for tapping in as always. I like that Pacers team total over a little bit more than I like anything else today. That's it. Resources are here as always. Check them out if you guys are interested in, capping the games and looking into the process. OddsJam, as always, shout out to them for being a sponsor. Best sports betting software on the planet. If you guys are interested in using anything that they have, definitely check them out, even if you don't want to sign up. But if you do feel the need to sign up, definitely use code CBC so you can get 25% off your first month. And I think it'll take your sports betting, experience to the next level for sure. Love what OddsJam has to offer. That's it for the show, man. Do me a favor, hit the thumbs up if you felt this helpful. Like, share, subscribe as well. Link for all my official plays are in the description when I do make them for people who are interested in becoming members. Best of luck on all your action today, man. Bet responsibly. I will be going live with Kyle. I think his show gonna be at 12:15 Eastern Standard Time today, so a little bit afternoon, man. Grab your lunch, and we'll break these games down. I'll look a little bit deeper into them, maybe even try to find a player prop that I like. But best of luck today, man. I hope you guys cash whatever it is that you like. Do me a favor, hit the thumbs up on your way out, and I'll catch you guys in the next one, man. I'm out.